with Student Spotlight.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Schmidt. And again, welcome to the audience. It's my pleasure to have Mr. Butcher to the podium as we begin this evening with our Student Spotlight, where we recognize the talents and achievements of students in the TSD Creative Guild. Tonight, we're excited to shine a spotlight on an Athens senior, Maisie Justes, and learn more about her journey as a filmmaker. Mr. Butcher, take it away.
Thank you, Dr. Macheski, and good evening, board members. I'm excited to introduce you to Maisie Justes, a senior at Athens High School. It feels like just yesterday when I first met Maisie when she was only a freshman. There was a lot of enthusiasm for video, and the reason why Maisie is Student Spotlight tonight is so we can hear her story and celebrate her. I always like to remind students I work with that each of them are on their own unique path. Life is not a competition, and you should never compare yourself to other people. When Maisie first started, she decided she wasn't ready for video yet, and instead focused on photography. Through this work, I saw she had an eye for capturing wonderful moments. She did collaborate as the editor on a drumline video, which we'll see in a moment, and eventually, very recently, she tackled her first solo video project with Creative Guild for Athens Homecoming. Those first steps are the most difficult, and I'm very proud of her for taking this step early in her senior year. So let's take a look at some of her work. We have a slideshow of some photography work. This is some of the early stuff at a volleyball game. She captured some swim events.
That's a nice picture.
That's a great picture.
The tree lighting featuring the Athens Choir.
Oh, that's a great picture, too.
Tennis. This is the IA East Senior Art Show. And this is last year's Athens Homecoming. Some stunning photos in here. I love all of these. And this was Troy High's homecoming last year. A couple familiar faces.
You took that picture, huh?
What I remember about this homecoming was that it started to rain fairly early in the football game. And I had made a joke to Maisie that if you want, I can hold the umbrella over you with the camera so you can keep taking pictures. And then she actually had me do it. We got some middle school basketball. So Maisie's gotten around a few different things. She did the tree lighting again 2 years in a row. And even figure skating, we have a united figure skating team, and she captured some stuff for that. So Maisie's done some wonderful work, as you can see, and she's a photographer who loves to have her picture taken. When I told Maisie that she did a wonderful job with the homecoming video, she said that she didn't believe me. So I hope after this, she will. And I hope it's the first of many. so much more than just putting clips back to back. It's about finding those moments, finding the energy and the feeling behind it. And you have such a great intuition for that. And like I said, I'm looking forward to more work from you, Maisie Justes. So at this time, we're going to open to any potential comments and questions from the board. But first, if you'd like to say a few words, it's up to you.
I think so Richard, for all the opportunities he's given you to like do all this stuff, because like maybe 5 years ago I would have never imagined doing any of this, and I've always dreamed of doing like photography and like helping out the school district in like cool ways. So I thank Mr. Butcher.
So I wanted to compliment you on the way that you set up your music in your video, like that, like matching you did a really nice job with the images and the music. You did a nice sequence. I know that takes a lot of work and time, so good job. What is something that you're hoping to tackle as you think about events that happen in your senior year? What's one that you hope to be able to capture?
I'm hoping to do something more personal, like a project myself, like a short film maybe. Like, I'd like to do something that combines like my photography, my filming, and like something like personal as well. Because I know most of these are school events, I'd like to add my interest into it.
Awesome. Look forward to seeing it.
Good. Other questions? Go ahead.
Yeah, so I know that taking a first step in anything can be really difficult. So what advice would you give to a younger student or even a senior who is a little bit hesitant to take that first step in their creative journey?
I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, it took me this long to actually do a video of myself, so I'm trying to figure that out. But I'd say this has just been like a really big support to me. So even if I'm like, oh, I'm not so sure, he's like, just try it. So basically just putting yourself out there, just even if you don't feel that great, just show up. Just show up and you might feel better over time. And just like the bare minimum, just like trying, like the effort is like already a lot. So I'm trying to get there myself.
Do you have any family here that you'd like to introduce?
I have my mom here and my little sister.
Hi there. Welcome.
I thank my mom and my dad for driving me to events like this. It's like 9 and like students are like rushing out of places based on these events. So like, thank them for showing up.
Okay, I loved the drum line. How many cameras were you running for that?
It was like 5.
That's what I thought. I kept looking at different, like 4 or 5. And how long did it take to edit that? Because the editing was flawless. The music was absolutely fluid all the way through. And I thought, there's a lot of work in this. And it looks like it's just sort of happening, but I realize you've got to splice all that together.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to edit that stretch?
Well, like maybe a couple hours, because I had help. So I wasn't fully like, because that was my first video, so I did have to.
Oh.
So like a couple hours.
The end product was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to comment. I maybe because I am an amateur photographer myself, the lighting,
Yeah.
That you captured on, many of the shots of students that were participating in sports was really exquisite. I mean, you got great facial expressions. You got lighting that made it come to life and be very dramatic. Do you see yourself, I mean, you are a very good photographer. Do you see yourself continuing with photography or maybe going in a career direction that might allow you to utilize your photographic skills?
I personally want to keep my photography as like a hobby and
Okay.
keep it close to me. I feel like with work, sometimes you can get burned out, and like I just want to keep that like special to me.
Good enough.
For sports, by the way, I don't know what I'm doing half the time. That means a lot to me. I don't know what's happening in the sport, so thank you.
It's the facial expressions and the depth of field. You have phenomenal depth of field there, your aperture. It was amazing. It was really good stuff.
Thank you.
We're not just saying that. It's really good stuff. It really is. I think we have a certificate.
We do, yes. And if Mom wants to come get a picture, it'd be great. Really, that's fantastic.